Good afternoon, guys. It's Leslie at Insky Bakers. Got a few ultrasounds for you today. The last 4 that are hopefully bred, and maybe we'll look at Trinity with an eyes. She'll probably be too far along to see a whole lot, but we'll check it out. It's just over 50 degrees. Everybody seems to be laying around enjoying themselves. That temp and little bit of breeze we have is drying stuff up nicely. Baby goats. Cupid, did you find a new bed with your kids? Everybody's either munching on a little bit of grass or laying down relaxing. We're gonna do some ultrasounds on 4 I think that were not confirmed bred. What are you doing? Eating the alfalfa out of the kids' hay net, huh? You're no dummy. So I've got Bean and Maz that we brought back into the dough shed. And then we have Trinity, with a Y, that's over with Remy, and they're in the breeding pen with Chip. Where'd you go, Fergie? And then Trinity with an I was confirmed bred. Pretty confident that she's going to be too far along to do any more counting kids, but we'll see what hers looks like. There's kids under the shelf. Trinity's, whoa, Fergie. Trinity's buckling up there on the shelf next to the hay feeder. Alright, we're gonna do Jelly Bean first. And so if she was bred the day we put her in with Huckleberry, she would be 62 days. So if she's bred, she could be 62 days or less. I did not see an actual breeding date with her. So let's take a look and see if we can find anything. Well, I'm thinking right here, they say they look kind of like a gummy bear. That's all you can kind of see is legs. And let's see if I can zoom in a little further here. Right in here, but it's not really a very good sack around it if it is. Normally you would see the sack and then find that inside of it. I would say if that if that was a kid that, I mean, she was just bred, like probably not even, maybe 30 days tops. I mean, I don't know, I'm still learning how to use this thing, but from what I've seen on the others that I've done, all beans. So we're going to try a little bit different spot. If she was further along, that would be where I would see them. And let's zoom it back out. But I mean, from this ultrasound, I can't even tell if she's bred or not. I mean, I see a few things that kind of look like maybe she is, but then at the same time, it's like I don't see anything real decisive like I normally do. I mean, you guys have seen the other ultrasounds I've done. It's like if they're bred, they pops up with sacs, which could be a few there or over here, but that doesn't look as obvious as what I normally see. I'd have to look. I'm pretty sure this would be Bean's third freshening. if she was bred. I've never had an issue her being bred in the past few years. This could be here, but I think we're gonna have to come back and try again in about a week or so, just to see if maybe I'm missing something today, because I don't really see anything that jumps out and says she's bred to me. Wipe my gel off, and then I'll clean her off, and we'll get the next one in. Alright, this is Mazakine, and she was put in with Huckleberry the same time that Bean was, so she could be... Are you okay, Foxy? She's eating hay. I think she got a little bit stuck in her throat. So she could be 62 days or less, the same as Bean. Hopefully we can see actually Bred and see kids on her ultrasound, because I've never had an issue with her being bred either. And Huckleberry has bred others this year. They haven't kidded yet, but I know he's capable. Again, kind of like Beans, maybe up here. Not really, you know, sacks that stick out. Just kind of back out here and see if she is further along, then they would be a little bit different to find. I don't know, I mean, there's a head kind of possibility there, but not really anything that stands out like I've seen. She had twins the first year she was bred, and quads last year. And I'd have to look. I think Bean, possibly here. She's moving on me. I think Bean was bred to well, was in with Pie to begin with. Just trying to kind of change my arrows where we're focusing here. See if that makes a difference. But Bean was with Pie to begin with and didn't take. I'm pretty sure that Mazakine was with Huckleberry to begin with, but I'd have to look. I don't know if there's up here. I don't know, it's strange. does kind of look like up at the top there. But again, without the obvious dark bubbles that you would see for the sacs. I'm gonna try her in the second spot a little bit further forward. If they were closer to like 60 days, they would... Oh, and she's like hunching up on me. Mazakine's kind of deep-bodied, so that makes it a little bit harder to ultrasound her, and she won't stand up. So see, now that looks like it could be a sac. If I could get it actually in the picture. Maybe something going on in here if I could get her to stand upright. I mean, from what I'm seeing, if she is bred, I don't think she's that far along. Latte, get out of my bag of chaff hay. I think I might just have to try again with her also. Another week or so. Maybe just check some of my settings to see if they got changed. Not really sure exactly what they're supposed to be on offhand. Alright, well, we'll try her again in another week or so and see. Okay, next up we have Remy. And from the last time I saw Chip breeding her, she would only be about I don't know, like 15 or 18 days, but the time before that was 34 days, so there's a chance that she's bred and we'll see something. I don't have very high hopes for it because it has been very difficult. She's been with a couple different bucks and has not settled yet. And she is a little bit older. She's only had kids 2 or 3 times. So I'm thinking that she may have had issues in the past getting bred. I'm not seeing anything at all that stands out to say that she's bred. I mean, that kind of looks like it, but where that's at, I can't get a good picture. Let me get a little more gel on there and try that spot again, because that is way up in her leg next to her udder. Of course, we're going to get that big dark spot. I don't know. She might be. Let's see. There's still some hair there. I didn't shave that far up. And I did not look quite this far up on Bean and Mazakine either. But I mean, they're not really more kind of round, slightly oval sacs like I've seen in the others. But I mean, this could be a couple sacs. That could be a kid there. I'm not moving the probe at all. I mean, she's slightly moving because she's eating. I don't know. That looks like a higher possibility than what I saw in Bean and Maz, but that's not even zoomed in very far. I'm gonna take a bet that it's not. But we'll check her in another week just like the other two and just see if that spot changes at all. She's super long. She's hitting my camera with her leg. I was really hopeful to try to get at least one doe from her. She's got some really great lines. Hoping that I could see her udder this year and then, like I said, keep a doe from her, but has not been very promising. So So I guess we'll try her again in another week with Bean and Maz. All right, got super windy outside. A bunch of the kids are in here yelling at me because the moms are out in the hayfield. So next up I have Trinity with a Y, and she would be 54 days or less from when I put her in with Chip. She was in with Odin before that and didn't settle. So she is definitely bred. You can see right away all the cotyledons. Now I wrote down her dates she was with Odin. This looks like a head. Oh, maybe that's a cotyledon and not a head. It's hard to tell. But I wrote down her dates that she was with Odin. And then I think there was a couple weeks in between. That looks like an umbilical cord from when I put her with Chip. Ooh, she just kind of coughed. So she did not appear to be bred. Looks like a spine. So she didn't appear to be bred when I had her with Odin. And yeah, there's definitely a spine right there. So I put her in with Chip a couple weeks later. That one's definitely bouncing around quite a bit. And I'm thinking maybe there's a second one down here. There's a head. So we're gonna change spots here, get a little more gel. So I will know by when she kids on who she was actually bred to by dates. But she did not look bred from Odin. Pretty sure she's bred from Chip. I'll have to look at my other ultrasounds, but I don't think this ultrasound is far enough along to be with Odin. I would have to look at dates. She was bred to Odin last year and had 2 bucklings that I really liked, so I had tried to breed her to... Oh, stand still, lady. Tried to breed her to Odin again this year, and she just was never bred. She's not liking standing here for me. I mean, I guess there is a chance she was bred by Odin. She's kind of deep-bodied, so it could be hard to tell if he bred her right at the end of their time together. So that looks like 2, 1 here, 1 there, I believe. They are big enough that it's kind of hard to count if there's any more than 2, so I'm not sure if this is her bladder down here. still pretty far up there, so maybe that's just because she's deep-bodied. And bounce around up there at the top, right up here. And I think this is a second down here. Can't tell if there's one more. I think it looks like she definitely has two. Try a different angle here. Definitely one bouncing around up here in the top. I'm thinking this is bladder down here. You can mistake the bladder for a sac if that's the only thing you see, which I didn't even see that on the last three that we did. So, see, I'm thinking there could be something here, and maybe here and here, but it could be, you know, kind of just a sac folded. So, just as a guess, I'm going to say she's got two, maybe three. In the past, she's had everything from a single to triplets, so I'll have to compare to some of the other ultrasounds that I've done to see how far along maybe I think she is. See, to me that looks like one up here and one down here. You can see it bouncing right there. And this one looked like it had a cord and is down in here. Right there. And right there. So I'm going to say she's got at least two. I'm going to guess with chip, but we'll see. The marker is 2+. Alright, we're going to do Trinity with an eye, just for the fun of it. Just because I only got her ultrasounded once, middle of January, and she was 47 days. I had her with 2 to 3 kids. I mean, today she's probably going to be, could be around 100 days, which we won't be able to really see anything except bones. Yep, kind of as I suspected. Oh, let's see. Spread those out a little bit. That looked like a leg stretching out there. And we got maybe a head, back of a head. because it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to make out. They're gonna be so big. Bouncing all over the place. So there's spine. Looks like legs up here. I'm not sure if that's front legs or back legs. Try to slide over a little bit. So both of the Trinities were with Odin to begin with. And this Trinity with an I believe I saw Bred the end of November. But they were with him until the end of December. So I would have expected Trinity with a Y that we just saw. Not 100%, but I think that might be a heart beating there. But I would have thought that Trinity with a Y would have had kids closer to this size if she was bred to Odin. But he could have bred her at the end, I guess, right before I took him out. So, kind of what I expected. There's a spine. Very hard to see a whole lot, but I just thought since I only had gotten the one ultrasound on her that we'd take a look. Lots of parts of cotyledons. That's like the placenta. Alright, well, I guess that's it for Trinity with an I. They're too big to see much. I'm gonna have to go in and get a bottle to feed these bottle babies because they're all hungry. Well, that was all of our ultrasounds for the day. So I guess that's it. Have a good day. See you on the next one.